everybody, welcome back. Stephen and John from Davin European Martial Arts School. We recently put out a video asking for suggestions on what you would like to see. We got a lot of great feedback. One of the videos that was requested was footwork. We just had one come out, and now I want to give you another bit of footwork on how you can use the four legs tactically. This does not only go for European martial arts. This is good for any martial arts system, regardless of where it's from. So again, just as a quick recap, we have a box. Anytime that you take a stance, you're standing on the box. What part of the box you're standing on is what determines where your strength and your weakness is. So if John will take the stance on the box, we're going to be right now with his foot on the lead corner and his other foot on the opposite back corner. He's now in what we call a swordsman stance. If he were to slide this foot back to the other side behind his foot, he's now in a fencer stance. And if he were to bring it to the front corner, he's in a wrestler stance. So if you'll face me now on that box, John is now in his swordsman stance. And in this position, if I want my opponent to fall, I need to take out a knee, whether it's a physical knee or an invisible knee. Because I understand this, my goal is not to make John fall now. What my goal is to add the necessity of extra time to his future movements. That being the case, I'm facing John, and we're in this position. We're both in a swordsman stance. I move slightly to my right, to his left. I maintain my swordsman stance, but now he's in a wrestler stance. So if I stay here and I push him, he's strong there, he's strong there, but as soon as I move here, he's strong there, but he has no strength there. That, again, is not to say that he can't move. That's to say that it's going to cost him time. The type of step that he takes will dictate how much time. What's the best step you can take to counter me?
Right now?
Yeah, when I step here.
And a cressere.
No.
Okay.
Volta stable.
Okay.
So go ahead and volta stable. A little bit more. There we go.
Okay.
So now, if he does this, he's got strength there, and he's got strength there. Turn back just a tiny bit. There we go. Now he's got strength there, but no strength there. It's a really small change. It's a really small difference. But understanding that difference is what makes a good fencer. Understand that what we're talking about here is not the beginnings of your study. This is an advanced, in-depth look at balance manipulation and time control. This is not something that you should be able to pick up in the first year of your training. Probably even the first 2.5 to 5 years of your training. It's going to take a lot longer than that. So that's not to say that you can't do it. So don't give up. It's there. So we're here. I move to here. Your first thought was an accessory.
Yep.
The accessory, or advance, go ahead, has shortened distance, and it's put me on a wrestler stance. Is that why you wanted to do it? Cool. But I understand that. So, go back to where you were. I'm doing an accessory to the angle, an advance towards my right. When I move, you're going to move to your right to counter me. Ready?
Ready.
Now, let me move forward. Go ahead and push me side to side.
Mm-hmm. Strong and very strong there.
Then, got nothing there. Let's go back to it again.
Mm-hmm.
I understand this. So, I'm going to do my accessory, but I'm going to make it an accrescimento.
Ah.
That's why the accessory was dangerous. Watch this. I begin my action, he does his, and then I step forward and he's got nothing.
Yep.
So let's look at that. Ready?
Ready.
Go really slow. I begin my aggressore. He starts his, but he has to follow me. Then as he moves his back foot, I'm already stepping forward. Now he's on a wrestler stance and I've got all the strength I need.
That's because I have none in the position where you are.
Correct. And because I understand how he's most likely going to move, shameless plug, new book coming out soon, I hope. It's called The Secret Language of Conflict, and it's all about this. End of shameless plug. So, we're on here. I have the choice. I know that if I move here, he's probably going to move this way. Or, what's the most common action if I do that?
If you do that right
Yeah, most common thing.
there, to go straight in.
No, that's not common.
Okay.
Most common is to get back up.
Ah,
Because what did I do?
you moved in.
And so the most common thing is to go back to maintain that equilibrium. Right? Does that make
Yep.
sense?
You need to stop thinking from where I am.
Right, and that's one of the hardest things about when you're doing an instructional or
Yeah.
teaching. They don't know what I know, therefore I can't expect them to move like I do. That's also important when you go in to fight somebody. When you're fencing with somebody, you can't expect them to do what you do because you don't know their level of experience. Therefore, you want to make sure that you read their body so you know what they're going to do, not assume you know what they're going to do. So, I've seen this happen. I move forward, he moves back. So, I move forward, then I move this direction.
Ooh,
Now, what kind of stance are you in?
I'm in a fencer stance right now.
So, he can move back easily with a retirement, a discressore, go ahead. But I've got distance with a mezza volta.
There we're in the chasing game now.
Yeah, and I'm going to gather more distance. But if he now wants to move to the angle, so go that direction.
Okay.
It's right into my range. Come back to where you were. Go that direction. It's right into my range. So anything he does right now, he's in my range. And I created that from my initial aggressore here. So I began my action knowing that I can weaken his next action. Right?
Yep.
So what I'd like to do, and this is going to be a little bit of us moving around when we're going through footwork and we're looking for the weakness when we have advantage of time. This is something that you're going to want to watch over and over again. For this, we're going to grab swords. Now that we've got our swords, what we're going to do is we're going to be going through, moving from guard to guard. This is a training drill that we do, and it's going to allow us to practice our transitions of hand and our movement of feet and combining the two. But because what we're talking about is a little more in-depth and a higher level, we're also going to be focusing on weakness of the next action. This is something that you're going to want to watch over and over and over again and analyze it. This is not something that you're going to pick up in 2 days. One of the things I like to tell my students here is if you pick this up in 2 days, I'm giving you the keys to the school because you're better than I will ever be. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out of distance. We're going to be trying to work our way into distance. And in that process, we're going to try to manipulate the other person's balance and tempo in their next action. And when we have that, call hold.
Got it.
Ready?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah?
Yep.
Mine.
Yep.
Now, here's why. He's in a wrestler stance right now. So when I step forward, I know I've got reach to his arm. But he's got to get out of that. And there's only one thing he can do to protect his arm, and that's swing his sword to knock it out of the way. So watch this. Go ahead and slow. And it just drives right into his chest. Let's do it out of range.
Okay.
At speed. Back up. Tiny bit more. There we go. My feet. Ready?
Ready.
Because that's going to take him way out of range on his next action. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time. Just right here.
At speed?
Yeah. So, let me switch my feet around. All right, ready?
Ready.
At speed.
Okay.
Because I know he has to do that. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Let's try something else.
Perfect.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
This is, I think, going to be yours right now.
Nope. There's nothing I can do. Nope. Now it's mine.
Yep.
Because,
I have one option right now.
all right, close your ears, you don't hear this. What I think he's going to do is he's going to push my sword towards his right side, moving to his right side to clear that danger. Because if he moves to his left side, he knows that I'm in range to hit him. All right, now his ears are open again. What were you going to do?
Cornelius and Mezza Volta.
Go ahead. And I know I'm in range because he has to move this direction.
Yep.
And because, go back to there. Because right now, don't move. On this movement, he's in a wrestler stance. Did you feel it?
Yep. Shoulders went out of position.
Yeah, the shoulders left the hips. But if we're here again, this would not work if I did it with my true edge. Go ahead and do your action again. It wouldn't work. Go back. Do it again. Oh, I'm a little too close. Ready? Do it again.
Yep.
We're too close because we shouldn't be that close. All right, ready?
Ready.
Go ahead. Go back. With my true edge, do it again. It didn't work. You stayed more inside my body. Do it again with my false edge. And that's what gives me his wrist. It's in his next action that I have advantage, not this position. And that's really one of the hardest things to wrap your head around. In Capaferro's manuscript, he calls this stringere, to have control of measure and tempo in the opponent's next action. We here at Davenrich call this reading the roadmap, because that tells me how I need to proceed to get to my destination. In the blade interaction in Fabris, he calls this finding the blade. It's in all these manuscripts. I don't know enough about the German manuscripts, but I will bet you they're in there. So if you know of where this is covered in the German manuscripts, please post it in the comments. All right, thanks everybody for joining us today. Footwork is one of my passions. I love this stuff because there's so much control that you can take from the opponent. If you liked what you saw today, please hit the subscription button. I think it's right there. No, wait, no, it's there. No, it's down there somewhere. So please hit the subscription button and the notification button and share this around. This is not something that's only true in sword fighting. Regardless of your martial art, your style, your system, your geographical location of study, we all have the same basic tools to work with. We are bipedal humanoid creatures. Most of us. So, it'll work for anybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at the next video. Cool, right on.